Today we're at the beautiful Orchard Creek Golf Club in upstate New York to review the installation and features on the new 2015 Club Car Precedent two-door soft and framed enclosure systems. In your kit you'll receive a driver and passenger front shroud, a driver and passenger door, as well as a rear curtain. You'll also receive a fastening hoop for the hardtop, mounting instructions, as well as mounting hardware. The tools needed for the installation will include a drill or impact driver, 10mm wrench, 1/4-inch ratchet with extender, 10mm socket, 8mm socket, a flathead screwdriver, as well as a rag and some dry silicone. The enclosure system is designed to utilize the same holes that are already pre-drilled inside the club car. The first bolt to remove will be the lower windshield bolt. We're actually going to remove the windshield for installation. Using the 10mm socket and wrench, remove the lower bolts and remove the windshield. The next step is to remove the rear through bolt on the front strut using the 10mm socket and wrench as well. Next is to remove the rear handrail through bolt, which utilizes the 8mm socket and a 10mm wrench. Once we removed all the through bolts, the next step is to install the fastening ring underneath the hardtop. The ring comes in two pieces. The front of the ring is straight and flat and will go outside the front strut. The rear of the ring has a dip going downward, and that will fall inside the rear strut. The first step to do is take the 1/4-inch flathead Phillips screws and install them in the pre-drilled holes inside the frame. Then we'll take the barrel nuts and go ahead and install them in all four positions on the frame. Now that we have the 4 barrel nuts installed, the next step is to make the 2 halves of the ring whole. Again, it's important to note that the front ring goes in front of the front strut and in front of the rear strut. This is put together with a 2.5-inch weld nut and a 1/4-inch panhead Phillips screw. Go ahead and slide this in and we'll hand tighten this together. Once these are together, we're going to go ahead and snug them up with either a screwdriver or, in this case, an impact. Next, we're going to install the through bolts into the ring. We're going to use the 2-inch, 1/4-inch bolts as well as the washers. We'll put the washer on the bolt and we'll go ahead and slide them in right into the barrel nut and go ahead and tighten all 4 down. Now that the fastening ring is installed, next step is to install the enclosure. First, I'd like to introduce the fastening system that's utilized on this enclosure. It's from the marine industry. It's a patented system called SureSeal. It's a press-in system where you take the leg of the SureSeal and press it inside the track as well as the fastening ring to install the enclosure. For ease of installation, we recommend using a dry silicone spray, spraying it on a rag, and applying it directly to the SureSeal. This ensures good lubrication of the SureSeal and it makes it easier to install in the track as well as the fastening ring under the hardtop. When installing the SureSeal, you'll notice that it's shaped like an arrowhead. It's important to note that both sides or both legs of the SureSeal need to go inside the track in order for it to have proper adhesion. The easiest way to do that is to take a flathead screwdriver and press on the outside edge of the track, making sure that the SureSeal is firmly pushed in. Now we'll begin by installing the enclosure. First, we take the front shrouds and we wrap them around the front struts, pressing in the SureSeal all the way down, and finishing with the S-hook at the bottom, clipping under the plastic. Then we come up and we start pressing the SureSeal into the track on the fastening ring that we installed earlier, finishing back here. The driver and passenger shroud are designed to stay on the cart, while the other parts of the enclosure are designed to be able to be removed. The next step in the installation is to install the rear curtain. In the very center of the rear curtain, there's a fold on the outside. That fold will line up with the split in the fastening ring. You want to start there. Pressing in the SureSeal and working all the way around. Next, we'll take the two Velcro straps, giving a small amount of tension on the inside of the cart, just below the seat. Next, we'll come to the outside and we'll install the two bungee cords with the S-hooks below the plastic shroud. The final steps are to install the doors. First, you want to take the horizontal zipper across the top of the door and slide it in the pin zipper on the shroud. There are two fabric tabs you want to grab at the exact same time on that zipper, holding them and then starting your zipper. Then you want to take your vertical zipper, start it, and zip that down. The final step in installation is to reinstall the windshield as it was prior. Some of the features of the enclosure include a roll-away door. If the enclosure is installed and you want to keep your door out of your way, simply roll the door inward and utilize the bungee cord to hold it tight. Then tuck it inside and your enclosure is stored. Another key feature on the enclosure are the roll-down windows in both the side doors and the rear curtain. They're designed to be able to either fold inward for quick opening or be rolled up and snapped in place for a more permanent opening. This concludes the installation for the soft enclosure. That same installation will be utilized for the upgraded framed enclosure. In the framed enclosure, you'll receive a wire frame door system with upgraded 30-gauge roll glass, as well as a screen pouch on the inside. With this enclosure system, you'll also receive an upper wind shroud. Also available for purchase are color matching top caps, as well as lower wind shrouds.